Welcome everyone to Acumen Stadium as we get set for some SWOSSAA football. Tonight, it's the AA final between the Great Lakes Wolfpack and the Aigles of SWOSSAA here on We Digital, presented by Liuna 625. Good evening everyone, I'm Justin Prince. Welcome to today's action as we look to see who picks up the AA title and what's been a busy week of football in lead up to SWOSSAA competition in the upcoming week. Once again, this is the battle between the best of the best at the AA level for the SWOSSAA region. The Windsor-Essex County representatives on screen here. These are the Aigles, and they picked up an 8-0 record coming into today. Their opponents, the Great Lakes Wolfpack, picked up a 7-1 victory against the Lake Lempton Kent representatives, on November the 16th. Here's the Aigles de SWOSSAA. So they look to continue what's been a stellar program for them that's been led especially by Brody Carrick. 3 touchdowns in the past 2 games of the regular season, heading into postseason bowl action to get to this opportunity as part of that road trip here. Here's a look at some of the officials a part of tonight's crew. Brett Webster, Alex Jemmy, Corey Cousins, Byron Griffith, Chris Kirabeck, along with Bruce Carter amongst tonight's crew here in the Road City. Veteran officials look to see how tonight plays out for this action here from Acumen Stadium. Look up towards the weather conditions. It's 8 degrees Celsius, mostly clear skies tonight at 4 degrees the real fuel. The wind gusts, expect them to reach as high as 20 kilometers an hour tonight. Humidity around 60% earlier this week with some of the sprinkles on Tuesday. That was somewhere around the 80% mark. In turn, the Wolfpack look to receive to start off the first half. It is the Aigles who will receive in the second half of this one. Again, glad to have you with us for some action of WEXA and SWOSSAA football. The battle between the best of WEXA and the battle of the best from Lambton County. And the SSAA there, all set to go. And we're underway with an onside kick to start. Vance Chandler with the kick, and the Aigles come up with it. SWOSSAA starts off with position and possession with an onside kick to start the ball game. And an unexpected start to this one begins things off for SWOSSAA inside their opponent's 50. Starting things off, Drew Delisle. He starts under center tonight. The back again, Carrick. Running the motion, looking on the handoff. Breaking a couple tackles on the rushing play. And that time of the handoff, Jacob Godriot picks up a few yards to make it 2nd and medium. Now this is a play style we've seen a fair bit, especially with Dan Mingus on the call just this past week, where they end up going a lot under center for these types of handoffs. Expect a lot of runs today from SWOSSAA. Back under center this time. They go full house formation for 2nd and 7. Just past 1 minute into the first quarter of play. This time the toss play. It's Gatlin O'Reilly. And only gains about a yard. That makes it 3rd and medium. Gatlin Riley just so happens to be the grandson of one of We Digital's camera operators for many years, Bill Riley. Only able to pick up 1 yard. He's picked up some big plays during the season for the Aigles on plays like that. But with 3rd and 6 at the 45, Coach Mark Dupree is electing to keep the offense on the field. 2 wide receivers out, full house formation. This time, looking on the handoff of the triple option look. Able to get the first down and then some. It's Riley on the carry. And that moves the chains inside the 40. So the option plays continue to work to start things off today. Look over to the replay. It took several tacklers to be able to get that down. The tackle brought down by Holden Petrie. 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 35. Looking on the run. Pick up about 6 or 7. That makes it 2nd and short. So the run plays, all the main frequencies so far today. There's a look at the Wolfpack side. It's an up-and-down campaign before the playoff season to get to the final and win its AA championship against CVI rather. Back-to-back weeks they did so. Back to the ground game. This time, Andrio be able to break through on the second push to get the first down. And quickly burning through the minutes here. 3 minutes down to the first quarter. And LeSueur continues the ground and pound. And the coaching staff following along from the sideline for 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. Our first visit to the red zone for either side. Gaudriel is the back. Elects to go on the handoff this time, jet sweep. This is Marshall Rushelo. Looking around the corner, can't break the tackle. Brought down by Parky Kelly. That makes it 2nd down. Had the first layer opened up, but you see the shuffle from the block. Big size mismatch. Max Wignard was on the block for LeSueur. That makes it 2nd and about 5 from the 14-yard line. Already coming up to midway through the first quarter of play. Here on We Digital, Justin Pritz with you. It is the SWOSSAA AA final between Great Lakes and LeSueur. Fullback sees the motion. This time back. Grandriel gets to about the 10. That makes it 2nd. Make it 3rd down. 3rd and 1. The ball spotted at the 10-yard line. Second layer, very difficult to break through today, and to be expected, the offense stays on the field for its second 3rd down conversion chance. Do they go the power look? Already bunched up is the running back. They do hand it off. Gaudriel breaks inside the red zone and inside the 10 to make it 1st and goal. A rush for about 5-6 yards plus. And once again, good blocking for the offensive linemen. Open up the running lanes. And LeSueur continues to ground and pound. 1st and goal from the 4. Change at the running back spot. This is Nate Taylor. Picked up a few receptions for touchdowns during the season. This time he takes the carry. On the fake, in fact. All the way around. Rushelo end zone. Touchdown. Rushelo picks up the touchdown. And LeSueur starts up on the board. 6-0. Pending the extra point. And look there, there's where everybody bit. Except for one. The one with the ball. Rushelo gets it done for the first touchdown of the game, and it takes about just under 5 minutes. Nearly 6, in fact. Extra point attempt this time from Vance Chandler. Kick up. And there's a flag on the play for the first time today. And that means the officials now discuss things. Kick did go through the upright, so we'll see if this gets placed on the kick return.
Get offside. Defense. Convert is good. Single point. 5 yards on the kickoff.
And there's the confirmation. It will be applied to the kickoff. Watch for the offsides. Was maybe just outside the frame. So just like that, LeSueur starts off with the points. That means the setup now for the Great Lakes Wolfpack. Located in Sarnia, Ontario. Their program also sharing the name that of its travel program for basketball side its football program. Started off with a couple games win off the season, then went back and forth in the win-loss column before the postseason got underway in the Sarnia region. Remember, onside kick initially to start off. They do it again. This is Chandler. And this time, bounces its way into the Wolfpack's hands around the 50. Their own 50 this time, and this means, for the first time, their offense takes to the field. Let's take a look. And keep in mind, it has to get across that respective line to be able to get to it. Hence why two different LeSueur players had to jump back. Start from the left side hashes, as we like to remind you that on Saturday, We Digital will have coverage of volleyball. Boreal Vipre action against St. Clair. That starts off 12 and 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Catch that here on WeDigital.ca. Starting off with the tailbone look, it looks back. A bit of a throwback. Keeping it on the ground this time. Nathan Cope. And some shuffling down on the ground and some kicks. Regardless, it was a pickup of a couple at most to start off the drive. Here's a look at Nathan Cope, and where do the emotions come in here? Right about there, you see the legs grab down underneath, and that's where the tackle pack starts to build up. Here's a look at the split box. On your left side of the screen, the Wolfpack. The right side of the screen, the defense. LeSueur, 8-0 as talked about in the regular season. Many of those by multiple possessions. It was rare for them to have a game within single-digit points for much of WEXA competition this year. 2nd and 7. Extra blocker up to the line. Cope has two in the motion. Oh, and some miscommunication causes some flags to pop up, and he fumbles the ball. Picked up by LeSueur. And on the fumble recovery, it's Aiden Campbell. Let's take a look here. Likely going...
Yeah, offside on the offense. That penalty's declined. First down.
And yes, indeed, it is indeed going the other direction. Only 1 minute of possession time. That you can see coming when they had the miscue for the timing of the snap. And quickly, Cope coughs up the football. LeSueur picks it up right at the 50. So just past 5 minutes to go in the first quarter of play. And LeSueur gets back to the field. Full house formation once again. Two wide receiver setup. Back to the ground. First down. Quickly down for a gain of about 2. Once again, Rondriot on the carry. And remember, all this is part of the lead up to Windsor for the first time in a long time, let's put it that way, hosting the football bowls for OFSAA. OFSAA looks to see which respective teams win their bowl games to show they're amongst the best of the best in all of Ontario, number 27th to 29th here on We Digital. So far, no passes in this ball game, all rushes. We'll see if this continues for 2nd and 8 from the 48-yard line. Indeed it will. This time, they go to Rushalow. He jukes out one, tries to cut up forward, gets a gain of maybe 1. No, in fact, 0 yards to make it 3rd down and long. That's the same play they went with the touchdown previously. This time, the defenders were ready for it. Devondre Harden III rose amongst those who quickly caused the scamper from the defensive line. So that's the longest LeSueur's had to go so far on a 3rd down conversion, and they will attempt to go for it. We've seen this throughout the game so far, that they're not afraid to just continue to either go for it or go for onside kicks with their setup. To the ground game. This time, Owen Rego. And it's not enough for a first down, our first turnover on downs of the game with about 3 minutes to go. take a look at the replay. And that was going to be a hard one to get in the first place. If they got that on first down, maybe a chance. A look at some of the fans in the grandstand. Some of them bring their DSLR cameras. After all, football is a very interesting sport to take photography of. But for 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line, the Wolfpack look to get past the line of scrimmage. To the ground game. Pick up a few. Enough to just get short of the first down, maybe a yard. J.J. Fulgencino on the carry, the first for him today. Running lanes open up quickly. Zipping on by, actually, was Vance Chandler on that. And they will give them the first down with the spot of the ball. That by about half a yard by the spot location at the 54-yard line. Coming up to 2 minutes to go in the first quarter of play. Back to the ground game yet again. And quickly into a sea of tacklers. Nowhere to go for Isaiah Burnham for his first carry. And Campbell, who picked up the forced fumble in recovery earlier on, wants those a part of the tackle this time. You see him right there wrap up after being caught up in the block. Initially on that block was Gavin Psalms. Coming up to 90 seconds to go now in the first quarter. 7-0 LeSource. The SWOSSAA AA final. A lot of shuffling in the backfield. For 2nd and 8. They elect to go for the toss play. Trying to go out. Fulgencino nowhere to go. And once again, Great Lakes is stuffed. 3rd and long. And Goudreau amongst those on the tackle this time. See right there, tries to get the breakaway, can't get the leverage. And in turn, that forces potentially a punt situation. Do they actually punt? Yes, it looks like they will. A low receive, a low kick, and a flag already down, and out it goes at about the 29-30 yard line. That was very quick, likely might be offside with the time of the kick. Remember, there was a scramble just to get the center in. 2 different defensive players seemed to bite on the left side of the offensive line.
There's no foul on the play. Only had 11 players. First down.
Well, there's the reason. Only 11 players. But it isn't a penalty, and regardless, it is LeSource ball. So you can count the players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You can see where the confusion came into. Can we get the people in for the punt? Regardless, it starts at the 30 now for LeSource. Under a minute to go in the first quarter of play. This time a different formation look from them. Still the run game. This time a big run. Finding some space. Jacob Granrio runs down the sideline. Breaks off one. Knocked down inside the 10. And a big run gets things set up for 1st and goal, LeSource. It's their 2nd time already in the red zone. First layer quickly opens, and then that blown tackle up in the 2nd layer opens the door for the longest run of the game so far. 1st and goal from the 5. This is the last play of the first quarter here. Carrick amongst those now in at back. Rushelo sets up to the right, quick whistles. As they reposition things for the snap. There's the carry for Carrick. Carrick just shy of the goal line. And that should just about do it for the first quarter of play. So 2nd and goal coming up right after the break. A short pickup potentially as LeSource's on the doorstep. First quarter is over. 7-0, SWOSSAA.
You can be a winner. There are so many great items waiting for your bid at the 37th Rotary Auction, live Friday, December 1st and Saturday, December 2nd from 7 p.m. until midnight. Live streamed on auctionrotary.ca and wedigital.ca. Be a winner and support Rotary.
Welcome back, everyone, to Windsor, Ontario. More coverage of SWOSSAA AA football. It's final between Great Lakes and SWOSSAA. It is second and goal from the 1-yard line with SWOSSAA up 7-0. Those Aigles have looked very strong so far in the ground game. Great Lakes yet to get positive yards gained on their offense. It's second and goal from the 1. Tight setup. Carrick tries to punch it in. And the signal is touchdown. Carrick puts it in. And it's 13-0 pending the extra point. 13 unanswered so far as Carrick just has to break the plane. And you see right there at the very end, he does. And a great angle from our camera crew here tonight. Now that sets things up for Vance Chandler for the extra point opportunity. Remember, the first offside kick or extra point led to a flag. This time, not so much. It's good regardless. 14-0 the score. And SWOSSAA with the advantage after the first quarter plus already. 14-0, a two-possession lead in this one. Let's take a look once again at scoring play. Carrick nearly caused a false start. Instead, he's able to push forward just enough to be able to get the touchdown. It's been a strong past few weeks from Carrick, including that end of the regular season, 4 touchdowns in the span of about 4 games. Remember, onside kicks expected when it comes to Lanzago because of how they've played things out today. So we'll see if they get prepared enough once again to pick it up. They have gone 1 for 2 in the onside kicks so far. SWOSSAA has. Few kick returners are set back deep just in case. They go with the pooch kick instead, though. They have Burnham amongst the returners back. They do have Gatlin Riley set up alongside just in case here, and it looks like they will commit to the onside kick again. The Wolfpack still trying to get some players onto the field. They just get them in time here. It looks like we're just about ready. And it looks like they go for the full kick. Burnham, the only one not to shuffle before that, as the backup to that. And he gets himself to around the 30, breaks around the 33, and able to get to about maybe the 34-yard line. Should rather say that was the quarterback, Nathan Cope. Burnham had been initially in that same position prior to the return. And Cope, keep in mind, has had to battle to hold on to that ball. You've seen just how easy it is to punch it out. Second quarter, 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 35 to give them the extra half yard. Just past 30 seconds in. And it looks like some discombobulation here, and it looks like we might get a timeout here. Or no, they'll just blow the whistle. They haven't blown the play in yet. And the ball somehow got to the 37. So now we'll chew this. Wishbone formation, and back. This time of the carry, Fulgencino picks up a gain of about 4. Make it second and medium. Give him 3 yards on the field. Here's the look. And yes, indeed, good spot because of the position of the knee. The body went to the 4-yard carry, but the knee says 3. From the 38-yard line, 2nd and 7. 2 wide receivers set still. Back to the ground. This time trying to break outside, it's Burnham. Burnham finds a little pocket. Gets to about the 50, 51-yard line, first down. Great Lakes with their first down of the day. With about 10 minutes to go in the first half of play, they have positive yardage on the game just like that. First and 10 from the 50. Crowd getting very vocal outside here at Acumen Stadium. This time they go up the middle. Aiden Itchley picks up about 7, maybe 8. Yes, it is 8. 2nd and 2. And interesting enough, has a different helmet for the different uniform option they have. You can see for the Wolfpack, you have the black helmet with the matte look, but also the white shiny helmet for the different uniforms. It looks like there may have been a helmet issue. A couple different players, by the way, have specifically that white helmet. He's amongst one of those on the field. Itchley sets up right behind the quarterback again. 2nd and 2. Fake to Itchley. Now it's Cope. Cope gets enough for a first down by a yard. Great Lakes starting to produce some running game to be able to get things going here. That on the fake, it looks like, yes, to Fulgencino to set things up. First and 10 from the 49. Now they're inside LeSueur territory. It's the first time with that opportunity this ball game. Our 2 wide receiver look. This time they go back again to the ground. Fulgencino, and quickly tackled, but it's still a pick of about 5 or 6. 2nd medium. Fulgencino so far taking majority of the carries for the Lambton-Kent County champions. Time finding a little hole. 2nd and 4 is how they spot it from the 43. 4 defensemen, or defensive linemen, at the line of scrimmage. 1 linebacker assists on the line of scrimmage as well. And Burnham tries to push through them all. Comes up about 2 yards shy. 3rd and 2. A look at the carry. And that's where that assist comes into play. That's Nate Taylor who gets the tackle. And it looks like they will keep the offense on the field. It's been a field position type of night so far. They need to get to about the 39-yard line to move the chains. They go bunched up this time. It's the handoff. It's Itchley. Itchley battles and pushes the whole crowd forward. Either way, first down, Great Lakes. Itchley, lot of physicality showcased there. And watch there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different LeSueur players in the crowd, but another 3 jump in from Great Lakes. And that's enough to push them forward an extra 4 or 5 yards on the physicality. Spotted at the 33-yard line, 1st and 10. About halfway through the second quarter. This time to go toss. Working outside, it's Burnham. Burnham gets a gain of a few. And again, Nate Taylor right in the vicinity. He's been everywhere, it seems, so far defensively. 2nd and 5. There he is right there on the leap. Look for the timing. Got the timing down. 2nd and 5. Ball spotted at the 28-yard line. Coming up to 5 minutes to go in the first half. They've gone with the same formation just about the whole night. This time they fake the toss. They go on the handoff. Fulgencino gets enough to get to 3rd and short yet again. And once again, triple option for both sides essentially utilized. It's like watching what you would see from, say, Georgia Tech in the United States. But now there's a chance we see power. 3rd and 1 from the 24. Do they go QB sneak? Yes, they do, to Cope. There's the push, there's the first down, and there's an extra shove. No flags, first down regardless, and that gets just shy of the red zone to the 21. If anything, several of the players from the Les Aigles jump on top there. 1st and 10 from the 21. Here's a look at the different coaching staffs. Mark Dupree, as mentioned, the head coach for SWOSSAA. The coaching staff for Great Lakes trying to fall all the way down the field. The differences in philosophy. You could say positioning on the field a part of said philosophy. Coming up to 4 minutes to go. Just shy of the 3-minute warning, in fact, already. Back to the ground to Burnham. And picking up a yard or two is Burnham. Give him a carry of about 3, it looks like. And Burnham uses this push to make it 2nd down and about 8. A lot of scrambling that time to get Trevor Homnick into the ball game. 2nd and 8 for the 19. 3 wide receivers set still. And again, to the ground. Again, it's Itchley. Itchley inside the 10, 1st and goal. Itchley carries the defense forward. Another strong carry. Itchley several times has gone power tonight. Just went power yet again. And a timeout taken, their first timeout of the half. 14-0 LeSueur is the score. Reminder that on Sunday, it's OCAA volleyball action. Same scheduled times as against Boreal. It's the Cambrian Golden Shield, St. Clair Saints. 12 and 2 p.m., women's and men's respectively. Catch that on WeDigital.ca. So far, 14-0 start for LeSueur, but Great Lakes is on the doorstep to adding points of their own. Look at the various timeout huddles in the midst of this discussion. What's expected to be tough closing to the drive, possibly here. First and goal, the ball spotted at the 6. Just waiting for time to be blown in here. There it goes. First and goal. Just shy of the 3-minute warning. Itchley tries to juke, tries to push, gets brought down about the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Just couldn't cut up fully there. You see a massive slide on the turf initially, trying to get the cut. And the Wolfpack, a solid season, 4-0 in turn for the official log. We talked about a bit of the battle. Lambton Central was that opponent referred to in the 7-1 ball game, and also known as LCCVI. Remember, it was also a thrower which, for the first time, Lambton County beat Wexa for the SWOSSAA title in AAA just a few days ago. With Ursuline College getting the advantage. Here comes Burnham. Looking in. Touchdown! Great Lakes! Burnham breaks through the plane. It's 14-7 pending the extra point. You can see it with the toss coming forward. Open door. Pushes through. Second layer rather. Too far. We're inside the warning. So an extra point opportunity for the first time today for Great Lakes. Kick is up. And it wobbles. And it goes through indeed, just waiting for the signal. 14-7 in the shadows of the Esports Center. Let's take a look at the play one more time. A double toss essentially. Cope finding the second group, and now it's Burnham. Just a lot of separation with some good blocking. Gets the job done there. LeSueur faithful watching along from the sideline. For the first time, it's Great Lakes who will get to kick it off. The Wolfpack, mind you, many different sports teams have a busy time. As a matter of fact, that same mascot just a couple days ago took part in photos because they picked up the LKSSAA Championship and SWOSSAA titles for senior girls AA basketball. Expecting a lot of different opposite competitions for them. Dropped on the initial kick return. Still carried forward by Rushalow. That gets to about the 30-yard line with about 2:30 to go in this first half. Reminder once again that the Ossa Bowl is coming up in about a few days' time. Be sure to tune in to We Digital's coverage throughout the week. It's a busy slate of games, about somewhere around 9-10 games. Be sure to tune in once again here on We Digital to see more. So LeSueur has the ball. Working from the 31 is where the ball is spotted at. On the handoff. And a quick carry. Very quickly, it's Grandriel. On the tackle this time, it's Fisher Brooks. And watch Fisher Brooks. Breaks the block. Sheds it off of Liam Carriere. And immediately fills the hole. 2nd and 9 from the 32. Looks like they're sprinting in Riley as one of the backs this time. Rather that's Nate Taylor. So, it's Riley who goes up to the offensive line. In the backfield, it's Taylor. Going tight, going jet sweep. And not much to go for Rushalow. Maybe picked up half a yard at most. In turn, it's 3rd down. Parky Kelly on the tackle. And once again, good positioning defensively. Aiden Campbell initially on the block. And with the 3rd and 10 at the 31, LeSueur may be forced to try something different here. They've gone forward every other time, and they will try to punt it. It's Vance Chandler. Also had some wide receiver receptions throughout the season. Punted just barely away. Picked up by Parky Kelly. Jukes through 2 layers and loses the ball. A battle at midfield. Who's got it? It looks like the Wolfpack do still have it. So one of the blockers with a heads-up play that time, Owen Evoy. Watch Owen Evoy. You see the strip Right there for the left hand. Evoy there on his right. Able to pick it up just in time before Owen Rego can get to it. So in turn, that keeps the Great Lakes chances going here to end off the first half. They're at midfield. With a minute 41 to go in the first half of play. Again, this is SWOSSAA AA football action here on We Digital Productions. We're glad to have you with us today for the battle for the AA title. Once again, ground game. Once again, Itchley. Once again, a pickup solidly for about 6 or 7. And that moves things to second and about short. Once again, the size coming in. You see the initial block broken away that time by Adam Al-Hawri. But able to shrug that off before the additional help, able to slow it down. This time to go QB sneak. Bit unexpected from 3 yards out, but that gets the job done for the first down by Cope. And that was a quick snap in the first place. One of the up men didn't go initially. Joey Pavey, I think, may have helped sell that. But it's 1st and 10 from the 44 with under 90 seconds to work with. Haven't burned too much time here. Two backs in the backfield. 4 wide receiver look. They go toss play. Fulgencino. And brought down for a loss of a bunch. It looks like an injury. Nash Taylor. It looks like they will not make the change yet for Taylor. Well, here's a look at the toss. Nash Taylor. Itchley was the blocker. Initially broke down in a hard tackle. And it looks like Nash Taylor stays in, but a timeout is called as now another player is down, and it is the runner. Fulgencino has now gone down at center field. So an injury stoppage here with 1:02 to go in the first half of play. All at the same time, while Nash Taylor checks out his respective left leg, and they go down to talk things over. And it looks like they will adjust things for Nash Taylor in the midst of this timeout from the teammates' perspective. We've seen this plenty of times during the soccer season for those who caught coverage of St. Clair Saints OCAA soccer. So again, a busy week coming to a close for a lot of the football action here at the stadium. Plenty of fans coming in. Many more recording their own highlights. Like I said, perfect spot for photography sometimes. But with this stoppage, that brings out Fulgencino, who's carried a majority of the runs today. Amongst some of the football coaches, Coach Downey. When it comes to this Great Lakes staff, amongst those checking out his respective players there. Under a minute to go. 2nd and 14 from the 48. Looking to pass for the first time all day. Cope gets it off through double coverage. And it's picked up and caught. My goodness, off the deflection. Will Pale picks it up. But a flag is down. A flag is down at about the 14-yard line. Cope barely got that off in time. There's one. Nearly picked twice from Donhaven Lassaline. But right there on the deflection is Pale. But where does the call go? You've seen some contact while it was batted in the air.
Said unnecessary roughness. Face mask, moving it up to the 1-yard line. First down.
So it is a face mask, in fact, on the tackle, and that makes it 1st and goal from the 1. What a play. Mark that as one of the possible game changers if this gets tied on the next few sequences here. 2 times, Lassaline had a chance for the interception. One of the team's punt returners and kick returners couldn't get it. And it looks like this is now an official timeout used by Great Lakes, their first. .8 seconds to go in the second quarter. First and goal from the 1-yard line. Great Lakes with a chance to tie it if they can break the plane and then finish the extra point off. And this expect potentially beat power again. We've seen Cope already a couple QB rushes today. So they try and flip things around here. 6 in the box already. Goal line defensive formation. 2 wide receiver look. Make it 3. Onavoy sets up as the back right behind. It goes to him. He tries to push. Battles around. Touchdown! Great Lakes! Voy breaks through. And a chance to tie it with the extra point. And Voy puts his head down and slams his way through the defensive line. And that with just 28.8 seconds to go in the first half of play. The way this thing's going, it could go either way with the comeback quickly in this second quarter by Great Lakes. The extra point, the kick is up, kick is through. 14 all, under 29 seconds to go in the first half, and here come the Wolfpack. One more look. And we've seen several times they go either with QB sneak or to that power look for the first back. When in that formation today, they go with the first back, and this time it gets them the touchdown. So a big switch of momentum amongst the second quarter of play, to say the very least. LeSource started off with 14 consecutive points to begin the scoring. Keep in mind when it comes to LeSource sports programs, lots of notable alumni actually. Amongst those, former football player Brian Berkeley, who played in the CFL. You also have, for example, an NHLer and Kyle Wellwood, who's now retired. You also have several different local counselors. Oh, and by the way, a 5-time national champion, David Tremblay, and an Olympian in wrestling. The kick return, picked up from about the 11. After the bouncing ball, it's taken up now by Rechelot. And brought down around the 32-yard line, in fact. Maybe 31. We'll see the spot. See Rechelot trying to juke right. And not much space to try and juke through. He did pick up a couple more yards with that last second cut to the left. They have given him the spot at the 31. LeSource needs to go fast if they want points to close out the half. 21.4 seconds to go in this first half of play. They go back to the ground. This is what they've done much of the game. And they pick up a gain of about 7 or 8. That time on the rush is Grandriot. Look at the quick clip. And not much you can say with how quickly that formed up in the first layer. But the clock is rolling for second down. Second down and 3. 38-yard line is the spot. To the ground again. And this time a short pickup. It's enough for a first down, but only 4 seconds to go in the half. Does LeSource just go into the locker rooms here, knowing that Great Lakes has the ball to start off the second half? Rather, they have the ball to start the second half. Or does this let to go to the pass game for the first time. Remember, LeSueur started off with the kickoff in the first half of play. Great Lakes initially had the return, but it was an onside kick picked up by LeSueur, hence the confusion. And it looks like they'll just send it to halftime with a run play. Ruchelot, nowhere to go, and that ends the half. 14-all is your score at the break. And it's turned into a thriller. The SWOSSAA AA final for football continues after halftime. We'll see you in about 8 minutes' time. You're watching We Digital and WeDigital.ca, brought to you by Iona 625.
Wait, what?
What? So here is the situation, the reason we just came back.
First down.
After teams just about left for the locker room, they've now said there were too many men before halftime. And there's a lot of confusion here as players try and scramble. Teams were just about ready to celebrate the half already. And because of the said flag, we will keep going here to close out the half. Apologies for the confusion, but the reason again, too many men on the last play of the half. And it went against the Wolfpack. So the ball was spotted at the 51, and now this should end off the half. This time they throw it. This time they nearly intercept it. It's dropped by the opposing quarterback of Cope, and now they close it out. So now let's go to halftime. It's still 14-all. Again, the SWOSSAA AA football final presented by Leona 625 continues after these messages.
It's new. You can watch this year's Rotary auction on the TV, on your computer, or on your phone and bid on some amazing items. The 37th Rotary auction live streamed on auctionrotary.ca and WeDigital.ca Friday, December 1st and Saturday, December 2nd from 7 p.m. until midnight. Bid online, bid by phone, just bid. It's the same great auction, just with so many more options to participate. All proceeds support the projects of the Rotary Club of Windsor-St. Clair, making a positive difference in people's lives, in our community, and around the world.
It began in 1987, BC. That's before computers. Well, at least the internet. After 36 years on television, we've pulled the plug. We've cut the cord, and we're moving the Rotary auction to a new and exciting digital platform. Partnering with We Digital Productions, the Rotary Club of Windsor-St. Clair is now able to reach limitless participants from down the street and around the world. And just in time for Christmas, the Rotary auction provides you the opportunity to bid and save on over 400 unique items and experiences. Call now at 519-915-0605 or simply enter your bid on rotaryauction.ca. And thank you for streaming in.
Welcome back, everyone, to Windsor for more coverage of the SWOSSAA AA football final between Great Lakes and LeSueur. Justin Prince with you as it's 14-all so far. Let's take a look at some of the scoring plays. Things got interesting after the comeback, to say the very least, by Great Lakes. Amongst those getting the scoring touchdowns, Owen Iboy. That was picked up with less than 30 seconds to go in the half, all being set up after initial drop by Lazaline. Sets up the reception instead. That picked up by Will Pale. And that was enough to set up the rushing touchdown. Keep in mind, that was starting to brew throughout the second quarter. The toss play, this first scoring play for the Wolfpack on the game. That done by Isaiah Burnham to bring Great Lakes its first point. LeSueur, though, started off with 14 unanswered. That included rushes from Birdie Carrick, one of the top touchdown scorers throughout the season. And, of course, the first touchdown of the game after a big run initially by Rushalow. That was on the triple option to the left side, finding the hole and initially getting the first TD of the ball game. So it's the question of which side comes out on top, to say the very least, in the second half of play. We'll see how this plays out. Keep in mind, Great Lakes, school that was previously St. Clair Secondary School. It was consolidated and renamed after merging essentially with the Sarnia Collegiate Institute and Technical School recently. Among some of the alumni prior to the rename include the rock artist of Kim Mitchell, the well-known golfer of Mike Weir, and Neil Yakupov of the NHL from that initial region's program. So both teams finishing things up in the discussion before we get this second half underway. Remember, LeSueur kicked to start the first half, but won essentially the onside kick to begin the ball game. So now we'll see how things get reversed here. Rather, the momentum, if it gets reversed or if it stays in the same direction. We've seen to end the first half of play. Temperatures staying fairly brisk throughout the day today. As you look over the main campus of St. Clair College, lots of developments and announcements amongst pathways by the college just recently, in fact. So lots of talk about downtown projects. For more information, go to stclaircollege.ca to learn the exact specifics. But for today, it's football. That's the focus. Halftime is just about complete. And it will be LeSueur to return. They've had 2 returns so far today. Pedro Astorino, I should rather say, with the one to kick it. 14-all, third quarter of play, all set to go. We're glad to have you with us as we're back on our way on We Digital. And this time the ball bounces over Rushalow. Might have some problems here. They have to get it out to avoid the Rouge. Rushalow's stuck. He finds a hole out. Gets across the 6. And they just barely avoid a Rouge. And that could have went very bad very quickly. You see the trouble there. Rushalow able to take his time and find the holes in time. But it is a tough spot to start the drive from the 6. So LeSueur has possession. First and 10. 2 running back look. Oh, and several different jump. And obviously whistles coming out from that. Count the jumps. 1, 2, 3. But technically, well, then everybody jumps after the initial false start. But they do give it to the defense, so they don't call it the in legal procedure. They call it the offside on 2 different defenders who end up biting for the 3 different flickers from Les Aigles up at the line of scrimmage. First and 5 from the 11. And more whistles. Another flag. How many this time? Same 3. This time one does flinch from the left side of the offensive line after they set their hands. That's the illegal procedure.
That procedure, the offense backing it up 5. Repeat first down.
And that's going to be...
So in turn, let's redo this again for 1st and 10. So once again, you see that motion down, that's not counting as the illegal procedure. What counts as the little flinch you see? That time from the left tackle, that would be Gabriel Curry. So let's do this again. 1 minute down in the quarter. It's 1st and 10. The ball hasn't moved much from the 6. This time it's a toss play. Rushalo breaks off 1. Jukes around a 2nd. Can't get around 3, 4, 5. It is, however, enough to move the chains around here. And the fans continue to chant along here. 1st and 10. Initially breaking off the 1 tackle, that was Parky Kelly. Juking out Owen Evoy. It's just Nowin and company who helped bring it down this time. 1st and 10 from the 19. And that was very quick. That was so quick, if you blinked, you missed the entire sequence. Simple handoff, and welcome to the tackle party. Let's take a look at the weather. It's very precisely 7.3 degrees Celsius now. Have to be precise, don't you? It's 6 degrees, the feeling. The humidity has gone up a bit. The wind gusts have gone down, although it is a bit windier in turn. It started off a higher wind reading from the previous weather, but the winds haven't been much of a factor today. 2nd and 7, nowhere to go. It's 3rd down. So that will set up a 3rd and 7 situation. Here's a look. And quick handoff, and welcome. Back to the turf you go. Once again from Fisher Brooks, one of the leading tacklers of the game. So the 3rd and 7 punt situation for Vance Chandler. And he whips on it. Picked up by one of the upmen over top the head of Gatlin Riley. And it counts as a block punt, but that didn't look like a clean one at the first glance. Take a look. Yes, it does get a piece of a hand. That's enough to bring it down, but in turn, that gives them very good field position. The ball spotted at about the 26, 27 yard line here. 1st and 10, coming up to halfway to the 3rd quarter. Looking to set things up with 6 in the box. Cope under center. Looks to the ground again. It's Itchley. Knocks down 1 end. There's the forward progress for a gain of about 4. So a 2nd and medium, they give it a 5-yard carry with a continuation. There's a look right into one defender, but again, the second help, Gatlin Riley, he's been in a lot of places today. Second and 5 from the 22-yard line. Back to the ground, it's Itchley for a 2nd straight carry. And able to get to about the 20, but that's enough. Not enough for the first. It's 3rd and 3. So, expect the Wolfpack to maybe go for it. They are going to go. You see the tackle on replay. Can they get a push ahead? Cope under center. He's taking a couple QB sneaks from this far out. This time he goes toss. And a tackle in the backfield. Fulgencino, nowhere to go. And it's a turnover on downs with 7 minutes to go in the third. Carrick is credited with the tackle. And watch him there. The running back who scored one of the touchdowns earlier gets the wrap on the right leg. That's enough to knock down the return for Fulgencino. And Lesueur retakes possession from the 24. Same for 1st and 10. And a light box set up here by Great Lakes. Just 3 up at the line. They swing around Rushalow. Looking to try and chase after the toss. Oh, and they poke it loose. Tracked back down by Lesueur, though. And the fumble picked up by Curry. Son of one of the local teachers in the Catholic board picks up the ball. And a good punch out initially from Evoy. No one able to get close to the recovery. Second and 13, ball spotted at the 21. Looking tight. And they go for the quick handoff. After initial bump back. Here comes Riley. Riley gets it up for the first down. It's Gatlin Riley who picks up 15. And here comes Lesueur back again. Parky Kelly able to get the tackle. First and 10 from the 38. Looking to the toss play. This time it's given Vance Chandler for his first carry of the day. Just shy of the first down. It's 2nd and short. For about the 46. And they continue to give different chances to different players. Keep everyone fresh here. Outside of the blocking scenarios. Second and 2 from the 46. And it's close. It's pushed ahead for the first down. And the power again. Goudreau on the carry. First carried a little while after picking up some good carries early in the first half. Carried much of the first half load on the ground. First and 10 from the 51, nearly at center field. This game has been flying on by, to say the very least. One in the motion. Faking the toss, a pass play. Delisle. Over top, and it's caught! Rushalow gets it. First down, Lesueur. Rushalow able to bring it down in traffic. And a rare pass by Delisle. And he was originally the one just below, underneath that coverage, or the first layer of it from the safety of Holden Petrie. To the ground game once again, first down. And here comes the momentum, it's Goudreau. First down, back-to-back first downs for Lesueur. And it looks like Goudreau is down, and looks like they're signaling for the training staff. First stoppage for injury with just under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. And see the landing position. See one body able to twist around the spot of Evoy. But the train staff is checking out the Lasor, the Aigles. There you go. So now our stoppage here as they work on the stop player here. Again, 14 all. We'd like to take the time, now that we have the chance to at least, talk about once again, one more time, the OPSA Football Bowls, November 27th to 29th. Once again, that respective coverage can be seen all throughout the week. Games, morning, afternoon, night, all around Acumen Stadium. Should be a fun time, to say the very least, if you love high school football and love to see the best of the best for the Football Bowl Series. For the first time in Windsor, a couple years, getting that grant as part of the Ministry of Education's funding grant for a special project as well. Let's take a look one more time. This is the reason for the stoppage. This is Goudreau. Kick did come from the right side. And it's hard to avoid putting the weight down when you have momentum like that. I should rather say the initial momentum, or rather in terms of the funding, is towards OPSA Day, is a better way to phrase it, where schools get to participate in 75 years of history. Anyone focused on participation, the first 400, in fact, receive $300 of equipment to conduct the day. More information, go to the OPSA Bowl website. Back to football discussion. To the ground game. Welcome to Brody Carrick. And Brody Carrick gets close to the sticks. Second down and short. Here's a look. Carrick couldn't break away. Rowan Fisher gets the tackle, though. Second and 1. Inside the red zone now is Lasor. And first down, Carrick, first and goal. That came in a blink of an eye, to say the very least. And here's another glance as can see it coming quickly with how much space there was in the box. First and goal from the 8. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. Looking to set up with two backs once again. Right with left back. To the right is Carrick. Bunched up wide receivers to the right. They look to pass. One-on-one. And it hits the uprights. And incomplete. Well, that doesn't happen every game. But it can happen in Canadian football. It's second and goal. Watch. He has the man, and the uprights go a fair bit up the elevator shaft, and the ball comes down in it. So with a rejection from the pole, why don't we do this again? Second and goal. One to the motion, they go to the ground game. It's Carrick. Not too much of a carry. Not too many holes either. A triple tackle, and once again, Fisher Brooks right in the middle of it. One of their better tacklers and run defenders. Third and goal. And what do they do? It looks like they'll try and get the points here to take the lead to end the quarter. Vance Chandler looks to get the advantage in what's been a stellar season for LeSueur. Oh, and it's blocked by a sea of traffic. Here come the Wolfpack. Down the sideline. No flags. Reese Foley can't break the last tackle. It's first and goal for Great Lakes. And a momentum changer to say the least. At least 3 or 4 different Wolfpack players there for the block. Count the bodies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different players bust through the offensive line. And that sends Reese Foley out for the run of the season. And that nearly picks up the game-leading touchdown. Instead, it's first and goal. So this could potentially close out the quarter if they work quickly. Or don't work quickly. Looks like this may be the final play of the quarter. To the ground. Looking for the space is Burnham. Burnham just shy of the goal line, about a yard or two shy. And after 3 quarters of play, are you not entertained? It's the SWOSSAA AA football final. It's 14-all. Coming off the Burnham rush, it will be second and goal. We come back with the field switch.
You can be a winner. There are so many great items waiting for your bid at the 37th Rotary Auction, live Friday, December 1st and Saturday, December 2nd from 7 p.m. until midnight. Live streamed on auctionrotary.ca and wedigital.ca. Be a winner and support Rotary.
Welcome back to the 4th quarter of play. It's 14-all. It's second and goal. The Wolfpack have a chance to take the lead for the first time today if they can punch it in. Second and goal. The run. End zone. Itchley. Touchdown. Itchley gets it. And the Wolfpack break through to give themselves their first lead of the day. And the power back has done so many times in terms of his carries today. Break through that defensive line on first contact. It happens once again here. To make it a 7-point game, up through. 21-14 with 11:47 to go in the SWOSSAA final for AA. And the fans starting to get very electric out there. Inchley able to use every single push to break through the plane. LeSueur needs a response and fast. They've sputtered since that first quarter start with 14 consecutive. Colin St. Louis starts off on the left side. For the return team, you see him on screen. Do they go back towards him? Astorino. Making sure they have enough players on here. And it looks like they're ready. Here's the kickoff. And it looks like we may have a problem here. And yes, there's a flag. Remember, they counted. And it looks like they'll re-kick it. The game wasn't blown in. That's the official confirmation from the scorers up at the booth. There's the count. To be off the referee's whistle. There was no whistle before the kick first time. The first one seemed to bounce around the 20. This one a much better one. Picked up around the 18. Trying to find a hole. No space. Let's rush low. Able to still get to about the 34-yard line. Rush low. See him searching, waiting, and standing, but eventually, when you're standing, somebody wants to get there. Or better yet, wants to make a move to that location. So with the spot, they give it to the 35. So far, 2 passes, 1 for 2 for SWOSSAA. They've ran the ball just about every other time. They look to run to start here. Once again, Carrick picks up a few. Gets to about the 46-yard line to make it, or rather 41-yard line to make it 2nd and 4. They ran this play several times. And it's so important when you think about a game like this to make sure you know the scouting report, especially since the Opsa Bowl was a part of the broadcast late last week. You have to be good on run D. There's good run D. 3rd and short. Back-to-back carries for Carrick. And this is a tough spot, as it looks like a player is down for the Wolfpack and being checked by the referees. Let's take an early glance. This player who made the tackle, part of that tackle, that's Fisher Brooks. Makes the tackle, and he is the one being checked out. Seems signaling towards the lower left leg as the Wolfpack go to one knee. We already talked about them getting ready for several OPSA championships when it comes to the basketball side at the AA level. Touched upon the OPSA football bowls. Again, that respective football series being hosted by St. Clair College for the first time. Acumen Stadium will see games such as the Simcoe Bowl, the Northern Bowl, the Metro Bowl, the Western Bowl, the Independent Bowl, the Golden Horseshoe Bowl, the Central Bowl, the National Capital Bowl, and the Eastern Bowl. Part of a very busy bowl schedule. In turn, that's 11 total games over the course of the week. Oh, and apparently there's also flag football. So if you love football, be here Monday to Wednesday on We Digital. Fisher Brooks is now being brought off to the sideline. That is a big loss run defense-wise. He's picked up many of their tackles and has stopped several what could have been big plays. With 10:32 to go in the fourth quarter, SWOSSAA, with that, elects to stay on the field with their offense. Need to get to the 45. They don't even get to the 43 on first contact. The second contact breaks through. It's Carrick. First down, SWOSSAA. And there's where that exact size comes in. The first contact's been the difficult spot. That's normally right where Fisher Brooks has been. This time it's Titus Hayes on the first contact. Couldn't hold him back after getting the tackle initialized in the backfield. So the ball is spotted at the 46, 1st and 10. Stack the box. 7 or 8 and 1 touching, and there's the flag. 2 flags, in fact. Did someone jump first? No, about 3 or 4 do, and 1 definitely encroaches.
Offside, defense, moving it up 5. Repeat, first down.
So the offside, give it to Titus Hayes. It's first down, LeSueur. It's not 1st and 2, it's 1st and 5. Ball at the 51. Looking, running, midfield, and just shy of the first down, so 2nd and short. Again, like to take the time to remind everyone tonight's action brought to you by Luna 625, presenting sponsors of SWOSSAA and SWOSSAA football action here on We Digital. And then Volk amongst those in the tackle grouping this time. That sets up 2nd and inches. It'll show 2nd and 1, but it's about half a yard, if that. Bunched up, full. Now looking to pass. Over the top again, and incomplete. Intended that time for Riley. And a 3rd and short situation. They did have a down to play with here. And it looks like they will bring in Goudreau to try and push forward here. The ball spotted at center field, needs to get to, well, the 54. Third and inches. 2nd, 3rd down attempt to the drive. Do they get the spot with Goudreau? Looks like they might, but there is a lot of shuffling there. Did they hold on to the ball? Yes, they did. First down. Let's see if Goudreau is able to get forward. Yes, he gets some help on the push, and then a lot of bodies try and pull the ball out as there's a sea of traffic. 1st and 10, 53-yard line, the spot. So we're trying to use as much time as possible to try and even this one up. 1st and 10 from the 53. And nearly bobbled. Rochelo carries it across the 40. Sidestepping, jukes one. Spun out and knocked out around the 28-yard line. 1st and 10, LeSueur. So we'll pick up, once again, about 25 yards. The running plays continue to come in chunks for the momentum. LeSueur now has great field position here for the rest of this drive. First and 10 from the 28. Time blown in. And the motion this time is Riley. They look to almost chuck it to Riley. Lateral is the call. Riley able to pick up a few. Spotted at around the 25, 24-yard line. Pick up about 3. And McDonald this time gets the touchdown. Seeger McDonald. Look to the sideline. And hey, even some of those watching along on the sideline have their phones ready. Click, click, get your Instagram ready. 2nd and 6 from the 24 is where they spotted officially. Trying to get the hard count. This time they hand it off. Another carry. Carrick. And he's brought down by a sea of traffic. It's still enough for the first down. And inside the red zone at about the 19-yard line. I'll look once again. Hard contact attempt that time. Pochettino. And he helps pull down the rest of the crowd with him. 3rd and 1, in fact, so the sticks are at the 18, pardon. Regardless, it's 3rd and 1. Regardless, first down, Carrick. Why don't we go for more? Lasor goes off and carries a few different players as Lasor now sets up 1st and 10 in the red zone. So 1st and goal, you could say, from the 10. Under 5 minutes to go in this 4th quarter. Lasor looking to cap off the drive. Carrick the back. One running back setup this time. Handing it off to the receivers. Looking for a little space. This is Chandler. Gets to about the 5, maybe the 6. 2nd and goal. And it looks like hearing flag is on the play. And there is a flag inside the 3. Where does it come out on this replay? Seen a lot of contact off ball. Still no flag pops up. But it is going against Great Lakes. Objectionable conduct is the call, and not the time for that. So a huge penalty
against the defense.
And that's half the distance to the goal as a result of that penalty. And what that means is a reset of downs for 1st and goal. The fans are standing across the stadium. 1st and goal from the 3. Bunched up. Carrick couldn't get through it. Maybe gets 1, but that's all. 2nd and goal. And there's nowhere to go. Unless you're able to bounce off the line like a bungee jump to the right. And several students are now standing and following along to the end zone. Can Lasor tie it up, approaching the 3-minute warning? Delisle under center. Nate Taylor now the back. They go back to the same play they did with Chandler. Chandler, this time punches it in for the touchdown. Lasor with a chance to tie it with the extra point with 3:26 to go in the 4th. And lots of space this time. They go a little bit more further out. And with the defense focused on the tight goal line stance, Lasor takes advantage. And now it's Chandler, who in turn can tie it with 1 kick. So far 2 for 2 on PATs. Kick is up. Kick is through. 21 all with 3:26 to go in the 4th. And Great Lakes to receive. Now what does Lasor do? Here is what they did to get the touchdown. Chandler on the sweep around, on the option, gets the space, runs it in. And then a nicely done kick by Chandler evens the score. 21 all, 3:26 to go. And now it looks like Great Lakes discussing to make sure of things on the biggest kickoff of the game. Lasor today has gotten one of the onside kicks to work. One has not worked for them. It looks like they're trying to sort out who's going to be placed where here. Now they're calling an official over after that discussion with Fulgencino. One of the coaches was also a part of the conversation. And now they're calling multiple officials in here. So we'll figure out what's going on here. But remember, on Saturday, a part of back-to-back days of volleyball, Boreal, St. Clair, 12 and 2 p.m. the day times. That starts Saturday with Boreal coming into town. And remember, Cambrian is the day after. So, looks like they finish up the personnel swaps. Reese Foley comes in. And now it looks like the coaches get the clarification on the far side. Looks like we're set to go. So far today, 2 onside kick attempts, 1 line drive to about the 20. What does Chandler do in this key moment? He goes for a line drive. Inchley takes it, pushes it, gets across midfield, and a big return for Great Lakes. And Inchley returns it to inside LeSource territory. Perfect location, perfect read, and again, perfect power oversizes the up men and return men. Great Lakes today has had 1 pass that was caught after nearly being intercepted twice on the same play. All but that play has stayed on the ground. It's been an all-rushing game outside of a few other options. They go option run to Burnham. And he's brought down. Nowhere to go. Loss of maybe 1, if not the line of scrimmage. 2nd and long. And it looks like a miscommunication. Fulgencino, same position on the meshing. 2nd and 10 from the 52. And now it's 3 minutes to go. Final 3 minutes of the 4th quarter of play. There's the 3-minute warning whistle. Once again, the run. More standard this time. Burnham, nowhere to go again. 5 bodies bring him down. 3 on the tackle itself. 3rd and 10 from the 52. And this can go either way now, this ball game. This one inside LeSource territory. So do they risk it? Or do they punt it? Mouth says punt. And it looks like they're still trying to rush personnel in here. They do give them a yard on the spot. But on 3rd and 9, and with the clock rolling, it looks like the offense will indeed see the punt. Or at least the shotgun look. And it looks like a signal for a timeout. Timeout called, Great Lakes. Couldn't tell if Cope was initially going to be the punter or in the shotgun for the first time for either team today. But with 2:29 to go, the timeout is taken to discuss things here. To recap the scoring, so far LeSource started off with a 14-0 run to start the ball game in the first quarter. Then 14 consecutive points for Great Lakes, even things up into the half. In the third quarter, though, things took some interesting twists and turns. Great Lakes getting the advantage. That after a rushing touchdown. About 7:20 to go in the game. But the big difference came with about 3 minutes and 26 seconds to go. Just a few moments ago, the touchdown scored by Chandler to even it up at 21. This was Inchley's run on the other side a few moments prior that gave Great Lakes the lead at first. Now they need to battle for it for 3rd and 9. The ball spotted at the 51-yard line. And it looks like it's Culp in the shotgun here. Biggest play of the game by far. They need to get to the 42. Kopp looking to throw. Wobbles. Nearly pecked and batted again. Incomplete. It's a turnover on downs. Lasor with the ball near center field. And an interesting call. A rare touch and a rare throw. And it nearly got there again. Will Pale again was the receiver targeted, but he was not able to get the bounce this time. 1st and 10, Lasor 51. 2:22 to go in regulation. One back to the motion. This time they go up tight on the first option. Goudreau. He gets a gain of about 8 on the carry, 2nd down. But a flag is down. See which way the flag goes here. Things look solid on the run itself. Here's the penalty.
He had too many men on the defense. Moving it up 10 yards. 1st down.
So that's a big penalty. Here's the look again. You heard the call. Look for the contact. Seeing much there, but you've seen the lead forward. That's enough with the potential of the block. You can't leave with the head. 1st and 10 from the 49. Lasor looking to go fast. Can they get a big play here? They swing around Riley this time. They again go back to Goudreau. Goudreau, big carry. Brings it down to about the 35-yard line. And Lasor going ground and pound. Keep in mind, you see Fisher Brooks back in. Not able to get there this time in the first layer. But a player is down for Great Lakes. With 2:12 to go in the 4th quarter. An injury stoppage. And a big sequence for Lasor. They need to go 35 yards. Keep in mind, we've seen very minimal field goal attempts today, let alone thoughts to kick it outside PATs. They have thought about it with Chandler, we've seen, when they've been about 15 or so yards out at most. What is the range of the field goal? We'll see if they elect to try it, if they have to do it. Owen Evoy is the one coming up from the injury stoppage for Great Lakes. Another impact player all day, especially on the ground with his power. You throw him in the same mix as Inchley. So a lot of scrambling to get the personnel right here as Chandler is amongst those getting ready to come in here for 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 35. 1 timeout for Great Lakes remaining. 2 for Lasor if necessary. Setting things up under center. Chandler 2 big carries on the last drive. This time, it does go to him. This time on the reverse version of the play. He finds a seam. He finds some holes. Breaks one. And it's popped loose. A fumble inside the 10. Who's got it? It's Great Lakes. The Wolfpack picking up inside the 10. An unbelievable fumble with 1:45 to go. And another player for Great Lakes is down. Watch the punch out. It comes after the tackle. There's the hit with the helmet right on the ball. Square on the ball. And it's recovered by Holden Petrie. One player is down for Great Lakes, but they have the ball in what is lengthy field position to get down the field. And the pressure is now on for Nathan Cope. Can he drive his offense down the field, nearly the full length in fact, to get Great Lakes the win in under 2 minutes? Here's another play, replay look. It all comes down to 29. Holden Petrie on the receive, but Nathan Cope goes down, punches it out with the helmet, squared to the ball. And the number game was towards Wolfpack direction regardless. You had, in one hand, you had the QB. In the other hand, you had Petrie. And it looks like the Wolfpack player now being escorted off by the training staff. That's Reese Foley. The ball is spotted inside the 10-yard line. Officially, it's at the 7. 1st and 10. The Wolfpack need to go fast. No safety set up deep for Lesueur. They stack the box again. And they go with a QB run. Cope on the option play. Doesn't pitch it, keeps it. Marked down at the 10-yard line to pick up a 3, 2nd and 7. And Campbell gets the tackle as well. See, that's after the juke to avoid initially their Chandler. Goes straight into Campbell. What can they get from the bag of tricks here? Coming up to 90 seconds to go in the 4th. Three wide receiver setup. 3 backs scattered. Oh, and they toss it. This is Fugensino. And able to get to about the 14, 15-yard line. It's 3rd down for the Wolfpack, deep in their own territory. And do they risk it here on 3rd and 3? Remember, the Officer Bowl is coming up next week, November 27th to 29th. Next week, WeDigital.ca. Be here if you love football. A quick count on personnel to make sure things are ready here. And it looks like whistles blow, and it looks like timeout coming. Yes, it is. They looked like they might go punt formation there, as that, like would be the final timeout for Great Lakes. One of the officials was on that sideline. And it all really started this crazy 4th quarter from here. Chandler, the first and only field goal attempt, had it blocked. It was returned all the way down the field. In turn, special team kicks have not been fun. Punts have been blocked. Punts haven't gone too far. You mess up a punt, it means a touchdown potentially for your opponent if they pick up the ball. And that's been the trend. At least a couple of the scoring plays have come off either the special teams or off wanky deflections like this one. William Penwell with the biggest catch of the game, one of the few of the game. But rushing touchdowns have been the main way to score today. Lesueur is the one who takes the timeout. So it's 1 timeout remaining aside. And Fisher Brooks, jumping on, still stays in, even with the injury stoppage he seen himself out from earlier. Minute 13 to go. Cope set back up deep. Punt formation this time. Return men are set up at the 45. High receive, high punt. Best punt of the day. It is picked up from the 45. Rush low. Juking. Cutting. Brought down around the 34. And LeSueur has a chance to get to at least field goal range with a minute to go. There was a chance they may have gone jet sweep with Lassaline. They elect to keep it to Rushlow instead. So the ball is officially spotted at the 33. 1 minute to go. Biggest drive of the game. One running back set up once again. Once again to a 2 wide receiver look. This time it's Goudreau as the back. He gets the handoff. Pushing. Brought down around the 26-25 yard line. Second and medium. But a flag is down very far back at around the 5 yard line. This might be going a bit forward here. Yes, it is. That's the second time with that call.
Yeah, too many men on the defense. Moving it up 10. First down.
Too many men on the defense. A huge call again. So it is. We've seen that from the first time. Misheard on the official call the first time. Too many men. They've had to count several times, the Wolfpack have, to make sure of personnel. And now LeSueur gets the ball at the 23 with the penalty. The clock is also stopped. 55.7 seconds to go. The ground again, it's Goudreau. And it gets to inside the 20 to about the 15. Similar carry length to the last time. Second down. It's second and short. So a 2nd and 2 from the 50. Lots of time to go with where they're at. A first down makes the job that much easier. Goudreau stays the back. This time they hand it off to Chandler. He works. Chandler has enough for the first down. With under 32 seconds to go, LeSueur has the first in the red zone. And they're just outside to goal range. The ball officially spotted at the 11. Only time for a few more plays to go. More students migrating over towards the goal line. A run around. And a trouble. Bounced around. Goudreau picks it back up. Doesn't get much. The botch play. LeSueur recovers to get it. But for Goudreau, does that force a kick with 13 seconds to go? It's 2nd and 9 from the 10. That initially on the triple option again. And what are they going to do here? They are making some personnel adjustments here. Most of LeSueur's sideline has moved over, and they are calling timeout to discuss it. So LeSueur takes their final timeout under 13 seconds to go. So a huge sequence, to say the very least. For those tuning in, the SWOSSAA AA final has come down to a thrilling conclusion. To start off the day, 14 consecutive points by LeSueur. Great Lakes came back with a running game in the second quarter to tie it up at 14 at the half. But it was big special teams plays that set up each of the touchdowns in the second half for both sides. The one kick attempt of the game by LeSueur was blocked from around this distance. And it looks like they will elect to try it. With the ball at the 10-yard line, it's Chandler with a chance to win it. If he can get a good kick. Oh, and they go for instead a different look here. Are they going to go to punch kick it? They are. They try and kick it to the end zone and two. And it's a Rouge to take the lead. What a call. When in doubt, kick the Rouge. LeSueur takes the single. And with under 8 seconds to go, is there any time for Great Lakes to do anything? And this is a very smart call when you think about it because the difficulty of the field goal game. You just need the 1 point technically, and that's what they do. Now, what happens on this play though? Again, no timeouts LeSueur. 1 timeout for Great Lakes. As they come out of their tunnel time, or rather their discussions along the side. It looks like the ball was spotted at the 35. They take the spot. So once again, the spot with the Rouge is being elected to be taken here instead of kick it. That is the call here. You can do that. That's the first time we've seen a chance of that in a little while here at this level throughout the week at least. The Wolfpack need to get down the field on essentially 1 if not 2 plays to win it. They need a touchdown. Not enough time to be able to kick a Rouge. Not enough time to be able to get things set up to even get a field goal. They'll have to throw it. Cope. Looking for another one of those miracle throws from earlier. Across his body midfield. Caught one-handed, but time is out. And that is it. The LeSueur squad gets it done. But flags are on the play. Hold on a second. So a penalty is a hold, and this is against Great Lakes. So that should be it. Caden Burnham on the catch. And if they want to end the game here, they can let them have the catch. And then it's over.
Holding. Backing it up 10. Repeat first down.
They're letting them take the hold with no time left. So instead of essentially ending the game, LeSueur lets them have one more chance. And now there's a lot of discussion here because you already had the official call on the field here. Can't necessarily flip it. And it looks like they do want to decline it, and they will let them decline it.
The holding penalty
wins the
declined.
final.
Game is.
the Aigles de La Sour win the SWOSSAA AA football title for 2023. If you were a fan of running plays, this was your game. If you were a fan of big plays, this was definitely your one to watch. Once again, your final score in this one, La Sour 22, Great Lakes 21, to complete the AA final.
We're not staying through ceremony.
With that, it's time to say goodbye. We'd like to thank you for tuning in for tonight's coverage of the SWOSSAA AA football final. We hope to see you throughout the weekend for some OCA volleyball or for some OFSA football Monday to Wednesday. For more details, go to wedigital.ca. But for the rest of our crew, I'm Justin Prince saying so long. Enjoy the rest of your evening. La Sour is your SWOSSAA AA football title winners here in Windsor.